Last time on Fiction First.
We are taking you three city slickers out into the country.
Oh boy.
And coming up on your left is the massive King's Forest. Recently, maybe not that recently, maybe in the last dozen years or so, kind of a population of ghost tigers in there.
Excuse? Where? What?
Well, it was something that the Dragonmark House Vidalis provided for Brayland. During the last war, they gave them a lot of what are called mage-bred animals, which are animals that have been trained through selective mating and through arcane means to be very trainable.
What time of year is it? What's the weather like?
It's still summerish, early fallish.
Great. I'm complaining about the heat.
So yeah, I think it is pretty warm.
Frank's got his shirt off, but his trench coat on.
Say that Paxton has transitioned from his normal sport coat into a jersey, a light flowing jersey.
Ooh, mesh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mesh.
Gotta get some air.
It's a lacrosse jersey, but
okay.
It is free flowing because I knew we'd be doing some traveling. I just needed a wardrobe change.
Nothing about Halwin's attire has changed.
Sure,
and he's still complaining about the heat.
yeah. I mean, so it's summertime. School is kind of coming up soon. So. Got a lot coming up in that regard.
Yep, I gotta go to class soon. I haven't made my schedule yet. I don't even know if I'm still enrolled. I gotta figure that out when we get back.
You're gonna show up on day one.
School starts on Wednesday, so I gotta
don't
figure
worry,
that out.
I'll write you a note.
Thanks, Uncle Frank. So I kind of have another question.
Please.
So the Dragonmark, is that a visible birthmark almost kind of thing that's on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of it manifests in different ways depending on the different houses. But it's kind of this bluish tattoo kind of sorts of this complicated mess of lines that kind of bunch up together.
Is it a dark mark that glows when things happen? Or
it could glow when in use. I don't remember if we've ever said where Frank's is or how
it's on his lower back.
How visible it is.
Where is it, Uncle Frank?
I have a tramp stamp Dragonmark.
I say you have no control over where it is. I mean, Frank would have no control, but I mean, you have control of where it would be.
Please do this for me.
Just give him one thing.
Fine, it's on my lower back.
Yes! Uncle Frank, I have a question.
I love you so much.
Yeah. What is it, buddy?
We can kind of catch a glimpse of it as he takes his shirt off before he puts his coat back on.
That's what brings it up. I'm Uncle Frank, when is my Dragonmark gonna come in?
Oh, well, that's not from your side of the family.
What?
But
I thought we were blood.
I don't know. It's confusing.
Do humans get Dragonmarks? Is this a possibility?
Yeah, for sure. House Thrashk is a human/half-orc house. So it could theoretically be possible that Paxton would have one.
I'm a half brother to your mother, and it's on my other side is what I was thinking. But if you want one, we can figure it out.
If you want it, we can retcon.
I'll let that can be up to Keegan.
I don't remember if you're necessarily born with them or if they manifest after a certain point. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe if I just have
but there are also plenty of members within these houses that are unmarked, regardless of how extended or how dissociated they are from the main branch of the family. Even if they're a Dragonmark person's son might not have it.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily need to have one. And if anything, Paxton would probably have what is called an aberrant Dragonmark, which is just a black version of it that's really bad juju and results from mixed bloodlines and demon influence. And
I
like,
almost
You were
want
looking
that
like that
more.
was cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
I almost want that one
I was
more.
like, yeah, Paxton is
It's-
cursed. I love it.
yeah, aberrant Dragonmarks, they are very cool. The thing with the Dragonmarks is that universally they are used to create or fix something. So there's not a normal Dragonmark that is just like Fireball or something like that. It's healing, it's creating, it's building, it's locating. But aberrant Dragonmarks are destructive.
Ooh.
They are more uncontrollable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced. Yeah,
So maybe one day.
What are you convinced of?
I don't know. I like it. I'm down to clown.
Maybe one day. Maybe
Never.
maybe we can create a custom advancement in Monster of the Week for get an aberrant Dragonmark
Yeah.
after 5 advancements.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that would be cool. So let's kind of come into a scene where it's nighttime and you have to camp.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for the three of you?
I take my trench coat and I put it on 2 sticks,
Do
and we all
tents
sit under it.
exist? Yeah. Is this like a?
Yes.
2 tents exist. We have flying cars, but we're like,
Haven't figured out
how do
tents
we do
yet.
this outdoors?
I guess I'm sleeping under the stars tonight.
Well, we'll say that since you asked Illyra for transportation, we'll say that the wagon that she gave you is pretty nice and is covered.
Is it a camper?
I was going to say, Halwin
so-
is definitely staying in the wagon.
Yeah, it's covered. There are probably supplies in there for camping.
I think we find, is there any sort of like stream?
Absolutely.
I think we pull it up to the stream, get a nice little setup, get a little barbecue going,
Campfire. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a
baked potato.
yeah. I'm gonna lean up against a rock and close my eyes. Let the sound of the rushing water drift me to sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to roll my pants up and wade into the stream and skip stones.
At night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nighttime, so sometimes I go to grab a stone and it's a fish and I skip that instead.
Okay.
I am staying in the wagon and reading.
He's pouting.
I'm reading
I'm
pouting.
I'm playing with the fire, just like poking it with a stick.
It's real.
It's all great character
It's
work.
real
guys.
Yeah.
Norman Rockwell painting we've got going here.
Keegan never understands how much detail we're about to give him.
Yeah.
When he asks for something,
No.
it's way too much.
No.
He's like, what are you
that
guys
is
doing? Well, my hair is parted to the right this time. And I didn't realize it, but my mirror wasn't a mirror. There was a doppelganger on the other side.
That might be a little bit much. But all of this is still very good. While you're all kind of in the middle of the stream, skipping stones and reading and poking a fire, we'll say that Frank, as you're in the stream skipping stones, you notice some movement from a nearby tree line. As some shrouded figures start to creep out and come towards you. About 2 of them.
I wanted to say ahoy. That's not the word.
You have a little bit of water around you.
Hail and well met. No, hello. How you doing?
As they kind of come closer to you and kind of as they kind of clear the tree line and one of the 12 moons up in the sky kind of lights the area. There are 12 moons in Eberron. I learned that pretty
Interesting.
recently. There are 12 moons.
Whoa. How does anyone sleep at
It
night?
is very bright.
I don't know like what their like rotation is or like how visible they all are or whatever, but I learned that recently. That blew me away. I was like, what?
Are there 12 suns?
12 moons, 0 suns.
Oh my god. It's
There's-
eternal night.
There's like this like structural rule in Eberron, like 12 and 13 kind of, where like there's always 12 of something and then like a hidden or destroyed 13 one. So there's like 12 dragon marked houses and then like one that was destroyed long ago and exiled and stuff like that. Like there's always like 12 things
There's
in a lot of the named
a destroyed
stuff.
moon.
Yeah, or there's like a hidden
That's
moon
no
or a
moon.
lost moon or something like that.
Interesting.
It's very, very cool. I love that about it. But as these 2 figures kind of come up and kind of come into the moonlight a little bit, and then maybe Paxton starts to realize this a little bit as well.
What?
But,
Scramble, stand up.
It's 2 dwarven individuals with like ratty leather and kind of dirty beards. They both have crossbows at their side.
Whoa.
And they kind of like point them up at Frank, standing in the middle of the stream. Say, "Where are you heading?"
Would you mind pointing those in another direction, friend, if you're going to ask me some questions?
He says, this helps me with the questions. Really, I love having this with me.
Well, I guess if you're asking pointed questions, it's helpful.
Am I hearing all this?
And maybe you are starting to hear this in the wagon. Yeah.
I'm just on vacation with my nephew and my husband.
What puts his book down?
Hey, mister, me and my uncles, we don't want any trouble.
Oh my gosh, he doesn't even have to lie. We don't even have to rely on him to lie.
They say, you're not merchants or anything like that?
No,
we're just Sharn?
No, we're just taking a little trip, seeing the sights. We're from Sharn, and we just wanted to kind of stretch our legs, have a nice little trip outdoors.
Must have some money in that wagon.
You would be surprised.
Friend, if that's what you're after, I hate to break it to you. You're barking up the wrong tree.
We got bagels, and that's it.
Well, hey, I mean, if we're going to be frank about this is a robbery. If you got nothing in there.
I'm going to be frank.
Sorry, what?
Let's get one thing straight. I'm going to be frank.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Frank goes into a rage and kills them both.
Sorry, Frank is my name.
Hey, friendos, look, what we don't want any trouble. Is there something you're like looking for? Are you looking to rob us? Because it's not gonna.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clear. Yeah, just let us take a look in your wagon real quick.
So again, the wagon is covered.
Yes.
Okay. Which way is the back of it oriented towards them?
Wherever you want.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was at least somewhat away, what I would like to do is kind of slip out of it, but on the side away from them, but right around the corner from the back.
Okay.
So like if they try to come for the back,
totally,
I'm there basically.
I would like to say, be my guest, look in the wagon.
I think that's fair. Halwin slips out quietly around the corner, and they start to like move towards Frank, towards the river, and like towards the direction of the wagon. All
right. Have they turned away from me towards the wagon? Maybe at least one of them is probably looking at the wagon.
I don't think that they like ignore you.
Are they walking backwards towards the wagon?
No, I think that they walk past you and get to the other end of the stream, and then one of them starts to turn back to you to kind of like cover you effectively. Okay. While one of them starts to move in earnest towards the wagon, and then they're both like just kind of like dingy kind of dudes. It's like they've been out here for a while and just really matted facial hair and stuff like that.
I really want to hit him in the head with the stone that I've been skipping, but I mean, we really don't have.
How big are these stones you're skipping?
I'm pretty strong.
The rocks hurt.
Just shot putting rocks into the stream.
I didn't say I was skipping them effectively.
Yeah, Frank's idea of skipping stones is taking like a softball-sized rock and just chucking it in the water.
It's like, take that.
But I feel like we don't have much for them to rob, so we could solve this without me murdering someone.
All right. Can I start making bird calls to let Uncle Halwin know that they're coming?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's hear one of those famous Paxton
I was going to say,
calls.
can you do a bird call? Okay.
Camera pans to Halwin, who's just like mouthing like, what the?
What is he doing?
Halwin gets back in the wagon. He's like, oh, he's telling me to get back.
And one of them, the one that was kind of covering Frank, who's still like, maybe like his ankles are still in the stream, is like, what is he doing? Stop. Cut that out.
He's nervous, okay? People do weird things when they're nervous.
And then the one that was covering Frank turns away from Frank to go over towards Paxton.
Oh baby!
What are you? Are you like still by the fire, like poking it, sitting down, or like
I'm whipping a stone at his head the moment he turns?
I've got my stick that I was poking the fire with.
Okay, cool. So we'll say like as he turns away to move towards Paxton, and Frank starts to move with a rock. About that same time, the other one is getting towards the wagon and starting to rummage around. And how when you hear him like right next to you on the inside, he's rummaging around.
So I'm not doing anything yet because again, this hasn't turned into a situation
yet. But yeah, if Red wants to do something, please.
But I think it's about to.
Yeah, so you're just gonna whip a rock right at the back of his head.
So are you like wanting to just like throw like a full size rock, or do you want to grab something bigger? Or
I mean,
just want to make sure that
like a decent sized rock, and I'm sidearming it right into his head.
Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I want to get with you.
That is a concussion.
Yeah, that is a 11 on the die,
Oh my gosh.
plus 2 tough. So that is
Okay.
a 13.
So go ahead and pick your extra effect from the
yeah.
kick some ass. Well, I'm gonna say that the rock does 1 harm.
Yeah.
Um,
That's fine.
And so Paxton, as this guy's like coming towards you with like the crossbow raised, he's like, "Hey, cut that out! What are you doing?"
I said, let's see. I could force them where I want them. Maybe could that make him like fall forward onto the ground?
Sure.
Like prone, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just do that. Because the only other thing that I could do is do 2 damage to his head.
Sure.
which is,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know, not going to change much.
No.
Yeah. No, I think that's fine. And as you like fastball this rock into like the back of his head, it's just hits him like just with this loud thud. He's like, ah!
Wilhelm scream? Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
And just like falls and like on the ground in front of like Paxton. Like he's not like knocked out, but he's just like falls super hard. It's just like, oh,
I pounce into action.
okay. What does that mean?
So the stick that I was holding,
He's
it's not,
channeling the ghost
it's
tiger.
not a big stick. It's
Sure.
kind of like a twig, but I still hit him over the head with it.
It's on fire. Probably you're poking a fire with
Yeah,
it.
is
You're
like
like,
poking a fire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wail.
you're roasting some
Yeah,
marshmallows.
I'm gonna hit him with the stick. Like I envisioned breaking it over his head.
Okay.
So that's the.
Go ahead and roll to kick some ass, please.
So I rolled a 9 plus 1 tough, so 10.
So another 1 harm, and go ahead and pick your extra effect from the kick some ass on the other sheet.
Light him on fire? Is that an extra effect?
It could be. I mean, it could happen regardless, but
You can do 2 harm.
Yeah.
Because then you have
Let's just say because the stick was on fire, it did a little burn effect.
okay.
It
So,
burned him a
for
little bit.
the extra harm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you crack him on top of the head, and and like the kind of the sparks from the stick start to catch in his beard and hair.
Yeah, if he's got like coal on him, like if he's like a coal miner. That's what I envisioned him as, like a coal miner coming out of the trees.
I mean, has yet to be disproven. So maybe. So as
It's Schrodinger's coal miner at the moment.
the sparks start to catch on his cloak and his facial hair. He starts to roll around. And he at that point like tries to like get up to his feet and just like tries to like kneecap Paxton.
Oh my god.
Not with actual crossbow, but just like to hit you with the butt of it on your kneecap. So you take 1 harm from that as well.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, because
Oh,
you take
goodness.
harm typically most of the
unless
time.
You get until you have the
And we
advance.
were all healed up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask that because I'm unstable with 5 harm unless we.
Yeah, no, we said we went
was-
to a temple and got healed. That was like
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
end
yeah,
of
no,
it.
no, you're all healed.
Did Clovis do
Well-
me right?
You're all healed.
While he
yes.
is doing that, though, I'm is attacking Paxton. I would like to come up from behind him and grapple him and hold
Okay.
him at bay.
Okay. Sounds good. Do you want to do that as an act under pressure to kind of disable him?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I don't want to murder him. I mean, I will do a murder,
Sure.
I'll do some crimes.
but I would prefer to like just have him grappled and
Okay.
talk them down. and
Okay, yeah,
out of here.
go ahead and roll into act under pressure because, like, I think like at that point, like the sparks have caught onto his cloak and it's starting to be on fire a lot. So he's kind of like twisting around and whirling and like waving his crossbow up in the air and just like kind of like backed into a corner, like pointing it at both of you and kind of like threatening. And then you have to attempt to corral him. So
Okay. yeah,
What's
I
the
like it.
What's the other one doing? Has he reacted to this? at
he's
all?
about to react to it.
Okay.
I set this up so that you can garrote him when he turns around.
That's exactly what I was
Jesus.
waiting for.
Christ. It never gets easier.
That is a 9.
Okay, so a 9 on a mixed success. So
Oh wait, no, sorry. Act under pressure. That's a 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because you have +3.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So you do what you set out to do, and so how do you like corral this flaming dwarf and like and subdue him?
I think I take off my trench coat and I throw it over him like a bag, essentially, and just like
Okay, to snuff out the fire.
snuff out the flame and grab him all at once.
And then just bear hug him wrapped in your coat.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not sure if he can breathe or not, but I've got him.
Sure, he doesn't need to breathe immediately. So,
Yeah.
so you wrap him up and snuff out the fire, and then just like hold him in place. And he's just kind of like, do you like lift him off the ground a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah, and he's just like struggling to try and get out. And at that point, like his crossbow probably just falls on the ground. At that point, the other one kind of sticks his head outside the back of the window, and says, "Oh no, Frank!"
I go, wait a second. This guy's name is Frank?
And so
at that point, he sticks his head out the back of the wagon.
So Halwin garrots an MFer
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So go
with
ahead.
my -1 to tough.
Yep. Go ahead and roll kick some ass.
Let's see how this goes. That is a 7.
Mhm.
That's a mixed success, right?
Okay. Yeah, it
All right,
is.
sweet.
On a kick some ass.
So that's 3 harm.
Okay.
That is some brutal stuff.
It is every time.
Look, man, it's a tough world.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like once you get the wire around him, do you want to like pull him out of the wagon?
Yeah, I'd like to
or-
kind of wrestle him out of the wagon.
Okay.
Hopefully onto the ground, but we'll see how this shakes out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you pull him out. So he shouts like Frank, and then it's like, ugh, and like gets pulled out of the wagon onto the ground, onto like this wet grass, right by this like, stream that's still running, and as Halwin, like you're kind of like looking down at him, like trying to eke out the last bit of life from his corpse,
Pretty well.
from his mortal body.
I'm gonna go. Okay, we've got him, Halwin. We've got him. I've got this one. You've got that one.
At that point, you hear this like sound of like heavy winds. As how when you catch like right above you, so this like dark figure with like wings just like flying above you and like soaring into the nearby trees and kind of distracts you for a moment, and then this other dwarf that you're wiring as a part of the mixed success manages to get his crossbow out and just kind of like point it up above him and just sink one right into your shoulder, dealing you 2 harm.
Out Chihuahua.
So yeah, you all see also that Halwin has that going on, and you say, what do you want to do?
There you go. Paxton, could you assist your uncle?
Yeah, I got him. And then I grab the crossbow that the other one dropped, and I'm gonna take a shot at the other guy.
Please don't hit
the
me.
guy being garroted right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Actually, you could walk up and just hold him at crossbow
It's
bolt.
the heat of the moment.
At cross point.
So you're doing it?
Well, no,
Are you about to take a life?
Well, heavens no. But I am going to, I guess, grab the crossbow and then like advance menacingly, like, hey, stop it!
Okay.
He's out of bolts, right? Like he's got to reload.
Yeah, probably. It's
Okay.
not like a semi-automatic Glock like your hand crossbow.
I was going to
is.
say, like the ones that
My
we
two-shotter.
like the ones that we somehow have.
Yeah. Trying to think of this as like a manipulate or an act under pressure. Because manipulate someone, they can demand things from you, so that doesn't really work. So yeah, there's no roll for this. Yeah, so you go and you put the crossbow on him while and he kind of like he goes limp while like his neck is starting to bleed.
I slack off the garrote when he.
Okay. You still like hold him, but you're not actively.
Yeah, I'm
sawing.
on his back.
Don't want to saw his
okay.
head off.
I'm not heavy, but I'm on his back.
Okay, sure, yes, yeah. So at that point, he puts his hands off to the side. He's like, okay, enough.
Yeah, that's right. And just while we're at it, is your friend's name Frank as well? Because that's crazy. Small world.
I know. That's why I was confused earlier.
Now I get it. I was like, huh. But you know what? I mean, maybe.
Well, fellas, let's be frank here and just say that. Why are you guys attacking us?
We just wanted some of your stuff.
We have no stuff. We're not liars.
The people say that all the time. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm going to, as we're talking, I'm going to take like my trench coat sleeves and tie them really tightly around the dwarf Frank so that he can't use his arms, but I'm going to pull the like top down so he can like see.
Okay.
Like, this is
like
really
a
embarrassing for him.
Straight jacket.
Yeah.
I would
Long
just like
coat.
to state for the record that we are not a couple.
Oh yeah, that was part of my clever ruse.
And he's like, I bought it.
Yeah.
Question. Is Paxton still wearing the earring that you all found?
Oh yeah, the Kyber shard earring.
Yes.
Oh, from the changeling?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm still hoping it'll kick in and let me change.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering, because that was going to be something that like
They would steal.
or that denotes that you might have something of value.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got them both under control, subdued. What do you want to do with them?
Well, we need to set them up.
Uncle Frank,
Yeah.
I know in a lot of these situations they say no witnesses, but I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, no, well, we can leave them alive. We can just take their tongues so they can't talk to anyone. I'm kidding. Look at his face.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. like I don't want anybody to get hurt, but at the same time,
look, we've got their crossbows. I mean, I've got a funny feeling they're not going to follow us at this point.
Listen, honestly,
right? I kind of press my knee into the one.
No. We'll go back into the forest, and you won't hear it from us again. Certainly.
Is he lying?
No, he's good. He has reason to tell the truth. So,
I go, all right, listen, fellas. Honestly, we really don't have anything, as you probably noticed in the wagon. But tell you what, I think we still have some bagels. We'll send you on your way. I know you're probably hungry. That's led to this life of crime. Your hunger.
Yeah. Like you hear like a rumbly tummy from inside from the Frank dwarf.
Yeah,
that makes me sad.
I go, well, we're gonna get you some bagels, and then just maybe try not robbing people for a while. Maybe go like do some honest work.
If you asked, we would have given you a bagel.
Or I'll tell you what, you could go to the city and see if the Bormar clan needs some help.
Yeah, they are hiring right now. It's a hiring market.
They're looking for warm bodies.
You think we could do well there?
Well, you'll need to step up your game a little bit.
I mean,
look, if we can make it, anyone has the chance. So,
you know what they say about Sean: if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, they're like, well, that's very thoughtful of you all. Maybe we will try and be city gangsters.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be.
I think you've got it in you. Yeah. I tell you what, we'll give you a crossbow without the ammo. Fair?
Maybe we'll take a crack at the big city with just the two of us.
Yeah, you can make it if you try.
All right, they'll agree to that. They'll have some bagels.
Yeah, send them on their way. Frank and I are very close by now.
Yeah.
Frank.
You've only been hugging for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, like his face is like covered with like soot and like his like hair is like singed at points as you like unwrap him from your coat,
gently wiping the soot off of his face. Like, there you go, bud. Look, mate. Look, if I draw it like this, it's like what was the sport in Sean?
Lacrosse?
No, well, there's lacrosse, but like we had a cool one that the ghost guy played. Sky jousting.
Yeah. Sky jousting.
Yeah, you look like a sky joust player right now. Like you got that gunk under your eyes. You want me to leave it there?
He's like, yeah, it's fine.
You can like grab him some fish from the river, just like
because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Out of all of our robberies, this one didn't turn out half bad. And then they kind of like gather their stuff and kind of set back across the stream and then back into the tree line of the forest.
Sean was the other way. They really aren't very good at directions. I mean, there's a road right here.
You can see the city lights,
Francis. Oh, Francis, you're too good for this world.
Nah, just a couple of kids. Things turned out differently. That could have been us.
That was me.
That one guy tried to kneecap me.
Yeah, but you've had a lot of knee trauma already.
I know. That's why I don't need to re-injure it.
Isn't like no cartilage left in there. Just bone on bone. It's real bad.
It really hurt.